Hi Flosstube, it's Lisa Smith, and I go under the name Kindred Stitcher on YouTube. I'm here to do my first Flosstube video. I'm excited to share with you the things that I'm working on, the plans that I have. I'm not going to show you any haul because my whole craft room is haul right now, but I just thought I would share a little bit about myself first under the Know Your Needleworker tag. My name is Lisa Smith. I live in Washington State. I'm married to my husband Todd, and we have 4 sons. They're between 21 and 17 years of age. College, high school, we're busy. They're a lot of fun. I'm finding that I'm finally back to where I can start stitching a lot more because the extracurricular activities are winding down a little bit. They're big kids. They're the tallest is 6'8". The shortest is about 6 foot, the youngest is, and when they all lived at home or were all playing sports, we would buy 6 to 8 gallons of milk twice a week. So my fridge can hold, because my husband and I both bought milk at the same time a couple times, it can hold like 12 gallons of milk. So now it's not so much because there's just 2 living at home, the other 2 are out either at college or on their own, but they're a blessing. My day job is I'm a manager in an insurance company. I have been stitching for about 30 years. My sister got me turned onto it when we were in college, but I don't know if you remember in the late 80s, the cross-stitch patterns were like little kits with, I don't know, they're cheesy. They were like little caricatures and now everything is so much more beautiful, right? The patterns are amazing. There's so many cottage industries, whether it's hand-dyed fabrics, over-dyed threads, needle minders, just everything you can think of. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. So this is my first Flosstube video, and I thought I'd start off by showing you some of the whips that I'm working on right now. One of my favorite designers is Brenda, I'm not going to get her name right, Jervis or Gervais or however you say it. I'm working on Autumn's Fruitful Labor, and I'm not like a rotation person. I just stitch when I want to stitch, and if I have to keep up or I just get irritated with that. So I do what I want to do, which is very much Lisa. So here's where I am on this. This is about, so I'm a compulsive stitcher. Like everything in life, I have a hard time moderating anything. So this is like 3 weeks. Today would be 2 weeks of stitching. And isn't this freaking adorable? Do you not just love these people? Like, I want my garden to grow like that. I want a big old vase coming out of it with a crow sitting on top of a pumpkin. And then what it says is, when the year from fruitful labor turns to rest, founts of warmth and comfort in my being flow. So I've got to do the rest of the lettering down here, and then like a band, this band here is similar at the bottom. I don't think there's 2 crows, I think there's just 1. Yeah. Love it. This is stitched on Colorscapes. Picture this plus. Yeah. Fresco 40 count. And right now my eyes are pretty good, but this is something in the future 40 count. I don't know if I can do it forever. I ordered I got a 1/4 at my quarter yard at my local needlework shop, and I was able to cut in half, and I'm going to use the other half for another project that I'm going to show you in a little bit. So Autumn's Fruitful Labor. So the second one I want to show you is Linens and Threads Mystery Stitch Along. I don't know, they have like thousands of people doing this across the world. This is the last, so the top one is this band, and then that's like January, then February was this middle piece, and then March is this bottom one. So I thought I'm going to get caught up before the next month. I don't know about that. I'll put my little thing behind this so you can see it. So these are the colors that I'm using, and I love them. Oh my gosh. And so this is the first, there's like 3 repeats here. The third one I've got to do. And I just wanted to see what each band looked like, so I went ahead and did them all, at least started them. But what I love about this, it kind of reminds me of a peacock, right? The petals sort of look like the feathers of a peacock. And the colors that I decided to use, because it takes 12 skeins of thread, I didn't want to break the bank. So I'm using DMC 4030, which is really beautiful. And this DMC, these are variegated, is 4240. And then because when I got to March, somebody showed their project and it has Krennic in it, these Krennics, so I thought, well, why not? So I'm using this color Krennic, which is 3214. I'm going to have to order some more thread though. So that's the mystery sampler. So a couple more that I'm working on. This one I haven't for a while, but I need to get it done because it's for my nephew and he's gonna turn 10. And this might be a little juvenile for him. So this is, oops, I'll show you the picture first. It's Teresa Wensler's Noah's Ark, which is beautiful. So I love her stuff. It's got, you know, hours of back stitching, but it looks beautiful and blending. But I went ahead, and this is just a linen I had in my stash. This is where I am. All of these little animals are 1/1. So that's pretty labor intensive, and the colors, there's shading differences, but they look very similar, so it's time consuming. And then at the bottom there's like another band, and notice this is empty. And I need to finish the band there and then finish these squares along here. So he turns 10 in June. He might be getting it for Christmas. We'll see. And then the last whip, and I have more whips than this, I'm just going to show you these for now. This is from the Blackbird book, For My Friend, right? And I have a friend whose wife has cancer, and she's been in and out of the hospital. I think this is her 3rd round. It's just really tough to see your loved ones go through that. I'm making this one. It's called Love One Another. Right? So I love primitive. I'll be honest with you. I like when I think of my designers that I like Blackbird Designs. I like primitive. I like pretty primitive. I like soft colors, but I also like some bright colors, and I like some distress, but I don't want it to look like I took it outside in the mud and jumped on it. So my stuff is usually a little brighter when I stitch primitive designs. This one, oops, let me put this behind it again. This is on pole stitches. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to get all that behind it. Pole stitches, Delicate Roses. Yeah. And so the fabric is really a very pretty light pink. Light pink with a little bit of purple and a little bit of like white. It's super delicate. And I'm stitching it with Dinky Dye Silks. So this is Wartop. And that's a gorgeous color. Very beautiful red. And a pink and red variegated ruby. That's the other one. And these are such a pleasure to stitch with. I love them. When it's done, I'm going to ship it. And so to make it easy to take up and down, I think I'm going to do a wall hanging, and I have a couple of fabrics I'm going to use. And they pick up the colors, the silks just beautifully. This one looks like this. This might be the main one. So just sending some love to them because they're awesome people and just wonderful friends. All right, so I also stitch Miras. And I stitch blackbirds. So I will say that I had a lot of little blackbirds that were about this size, Blackbird Designs. And rather than pay to frame them, I created some project bags. And this isn't Vonna. So Vonna, of course, is like, you know, the master. But I got this tutorial off of the Prim Stitchers Society page. If you belong to that page on Facebook, you can just search Avery Claire, all one word, AVERYCLAIRE tutorial, and her tutorial is amazing. Like, I never put a zipper in anything, and I just followed the instructions. And here is Bittersweet September. And I used some batiks and went down to my local quote store, and you can see this. Don't you just feel like it should be fall when you look at that? And it's a lined bag, so I'll show you the inside. Is pumpkin fabric. It's adorable. Well, you can't do just one once you get this mastered, right? So I think this is actually the first one I stitched. This is Blackbird Designs. I can't remember the name of this one. Blessings Abound or something like that. another batik that was in my stash. And just kind of a light, it doesn't show up very well, it's just sort of a neutral color on the inside, a tan. And this one I wanted to use the green zipper, so it didn't come in a 16-inch, I just found a 14-inch, so I made a smaller bag. No big. And the last one is Summer House by Blackbird. And that batik is now wild. I love that color. Love it. And you get to put little charms on the end. Isn't that cute? This one has like a light pink on the inside. Oops, I could just stand behind you. It doesn't really have a, it's not mottled. It's just a contrasting fabric. So those are some recent FFOs. I'm trying to figure out the abbreviations we're using now. So FFO, I figured out was, I think, finally finished object, something like that. So I have a couple of mirrors I would like to show you, but this one is not a mirror. This is a gold kit that I made for my mom for a milestone birthday. It's called Lily. I think it's called Lily. And it's calla lilies. And at the bottom, I didn't stitch it, but there's like tassels or something you put down there. It was too fussy for me. I didn't like that. So I need to get this framed for her. But this one is just, oh, it's gorgeous. And I want to say I probably substitute the fabric because most of those kits use Aden, and I pretty much stitch even weave linen. And then here's a few mirrors. This is my most recent one. This is Snow Queen. Dun, da, da. I love the mirrors, are so blingy. This is stitched on 32 count Hamlet, Belfast by Under the Sea Fabrics. I don't have a piece of mat board or anything to put back it that would help it show a little bit better. I'm going to stand back a little bit. So you can, this is just a stunning piece of fabric. It is so gorgeous. I did sub out some of the beads on the reindeer. The beads that on the pattern call for like a brownish color, and I just stitched what I had. I think the bigger beads are like more of a gunmetal or silver color, and then I also put some different beads on the harness right in here. This is more of a variegated pink, like pink and blue right there. So that's my Snow Queen, and these I think I stitched all but one of these last year, and I'm kind of slow going this year. So this is Garden Party. Oops, I am going to try and find the, I don't know what I did with my little, oh please, oh no, here we go. Garden Party. And this is on Witching Hour, 32 Belfast from Under the Sea Fabrics. And oh my gosh, this one is just fantastic. The dress is like, who wouldn't want to wear a dress like that? Maybe to church, probably not to work. There's that one, and then, all right. My only mermaid I've stitched so far. This is Aphrodite. Isn't she just so delicate? I love her. And I stitched the skin on all of the mirrors 1/1. I'm crazy, I know. I just love the way they look, though. Good thing I'm tall and can get this in the video. This is stitched on Junebug handed by Stephanie. And this is 32 count. I think this looks like Jobelan. But the color probably doesn't show up quite right. It is a sort of a brightish green, but it's very soft. So I love that. And then, so this one is the first one, my first finish from last year. This is Gypsy Queen. And this is stitched on Demeter's Harvest by Die Stitch Love. I don't think she's dyeing anymore. And this is a Jobelan, and the colors are just amazing in the fabric. Really go with her. Gypsy Queen. And I saw this one. I just picked her up and I stitched her until I was done. I love her. And I'll I'll stand back a little bit with her and see if you can see. She's big. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I'm heading to the Mirror Retreat next month to see my friends, my stitching family. We went last year for the first time. It was awesome. I met Nora. She is a delight, and I just really hope she continues to fill our lives with these beautiful patterns. So my last FFO, well, the others were just FO. This is FFO. This is Moonflowers. Jill Rensel framed her for me. And the colors, I mean, it's stitched on Midnight Roses by, I think it's Crafty Kitten. And this, I don't even know how heavy it was before I had it stitched. It was just so blinged out. She had her jewelry on, let me tell you, just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous pattern. I loved her. And then Jill Rensel and Amber, I think Amber's the one who actually did the painting on this, but you can see her painting touches. And the frame, I really like the frame, brings out the hair on Moonflowers. So that's my most recent, fully finished. Let's see, what else is on my plans here? So I have, I'm going to do, what is she called? I can't remember what she's called. Anyway, y'all have probably seen her. Sabrina, I think. This, I'm going to do a conversion in the black. I'm going to stitch in a light pink, so it's very subtle, and it'll be a bride for my niece who's getting married later this year. I'm going to stitch her on a one-of-a-kind from Fantasy Dyed Fabrics. Yeah, Fantasy Dyed Fabrics, and Joanna, she makes these. I have so many of her pieces. They're just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous pieces. And also on the roster is Jeanette Douglas. Thank you. Jeanette Douglas, Vintage Birds. This came out of Market this year. And this is going to take the other half of my Colorscapes 40 count fresco fabric. So I have everything but the Loganberry, and I don't mind like subbing things out, not a problem, but I just can't. This is kind of a dirty purple, if you will, and I don't have anything in my stash that really matches that, so I'm going to have to order it. It's the only one that I don't have. A couple others that I'm going to do I'm in the hopefully the next year, going to start going the next few months, is Heap on the Wood by Brenda Gervais, however you say it. I love this one. Heap on the wood, the wind is chill, let it whistle as it will, we'll keep our Christmas merry still. Awesome, huh? I feel like stitching Christmas stuff, I don't know why. Then I'm going to do Little House Needleworks. I'm thankful for my daily bread and also for my cross-stitch thread. That one is probably like, you know, that you can be done like in a day. And then I'm going to make a project bag out of that. And the last one I wanted to share with you is Shakespeare's Peddler, Jenny Bean's Christmas Sampler. So kind of like a mixture of things, you know, between anything from mirrors to print to just fun. I'm not as much into like cartoony stuff, but I'll give about anything a try. And so that's all I had to share with you today. I've got lots of things that I can share in a future video on haul or my craft room or other whips that I have going on. But so thank you. Leave me any comments, feedback, input, things you have questions about. I'm addicted to Flosstube now. I watch like everybody, right? So I can't keep names straight yet because I haven't watched it enough, except to know, like, I've watched Vana. I've watched all of yours so far, and the tutorials, and you're amazing. I watch Andrea in Colorado when I need to laugh my ass off. And I just watch a lot of people. So I'm so thrilled that Flosstube has entered into my life, and I hope to continue to be a part of the community. Thank you and have a great day.